Hi. I'm back. I was playing Mega Man earlier, and now I'm not. So the next thing in the MSQ is Mount Golg, but there's like friends who want to play with me on that, so I'm gonna go do the role quest or job quest. It's some quest I have to do to progress the story, so I'm gonna do that. I think I remember where to go to initiate this. I don't exactly remember. I think it was over on this side. The Baldachin. So that's Disciple of Lander. Which one was it? Correct? I might have already accepted it. Recording node? Maybe I already accepted it. Although pursuits, that sounds right. You strike up a conversation with the bounty hunter Sarek, who reveals to you his plan to hunt down a Sin-Eater by the name of Hornesis, one of 4 so-called cardinal virtues born from the remains of the fallen warriors of light. He's searching for a companion to aid him, and in turn, the bounty hunter suggests you might build for the task, meet him at the Red Sarai in Amarong, and you take up the offer. Yeah. Off that, have my guy open for a while, eat some food to get the experience buff. To, like, clear up inventory space. Hey Eagle, if you're still here, let me know, because I have a Mega Man related question. And if you're not, I'll ask it later. I don't know exactly when the game would have stopped me to do these quests, but I would rather do it now than be cut off, like, potentially, like, right in the middle of the finale. Terry, what you got? So you came. It's good to see someone who isn't all talk. As fortune would have it, another Sin-Eater, a far less imposing specimen than Phronesis, of course, has been sighted just to the west of here. Prove me you have the skill to back up your words, and then we'll talk further. That's where I came from? Just right there. Yeah, I have no clue if these are even going to take a long time to do, if these are going to be pretty quick. This and physical DPS, the two you haven't gone through yet. What is there? There's tank, healer, physical DPS, and range DPS? Good show, friend. I was unsure what to expect from you. But seeing you in battles left me with little doubt. Seems I found myself a formidable ally. I'll extend the offer in earnest. Help me hunt down Vernisus, and we'll split the bounty down the middle. You say? That's the spirit. Now there's more you should know before we proceed. Come to Mortzuk, my base of operations. I'll now fill you in on the details. Take around 45 minutes to an hour if you read through. Physical ranged and magic ranged. So there's physical melee, physical range, and magic ranged? Or is physical, like, is what I'm thinking of as physical melee, is that just always going to be tank? Mortzuk, friend. As you can see, it's a bustling trading post frequented by merchants from across the realm. At least it was before Vernisus showed up and started preying on unwitting travelers. Hence the bounty you see. A lucrative reward, the attention of one capable bounty hunter after the next. Yet the fiend still roams free. Probably imaginable. As few who have seen Vernisus and returned to tell the tale speak of the great horrors they witnessed. Cavernous black holes materializing out of thin air, swallowing everything around them into the abyss. People have taken to calling them the Hollows. Rumor has it that that one barely has time to lay eyes on Vernisus before he summons forth the Hollows, which proceed to consume everything in sight. And I do mean everything. Just the other day, an entire caravan was devoured by the Hollows, leaving only nothingness behind. Mages have postulated that these holes are literally tears in the fabric of our reality, gateways to other worlds, to put another way. At any rate, suffice to say that the next man to come back from the void will be the first. And yet there's something odd about it all. Witnesses say that Vernisus doesn't seem to go out of his way to prey on people or settlements. He simply shambles across the wastes, summoning hollows one after the next. The destruction follows as a matter of course. Needless to say, drawing too near to the fiend is tantamount to suicide. Even attacks from afar have been all but futile, as Vernisus simply summons the Hollows to study every incoming arrow. With every conceivable means of attack foiled, even the most savvy bounty hunters have all but thrown up their hands, even though the bounty now stands at some 9 or 10-fold original amount. A different mind, however, the way I see it, if only there was a way to neutralize the Hollows, we'd have more of a chance to stand against Vernisus himself, which is why I require your services. Your easy triumph over the Sin Eater spoke clear. You're a mage of no common skill. If anyone has the arcane knowledge and aptitude to help me figure out a way to defend against the Hollows, it's you. Don't worry, I fully intend to shoulder my share of the burden, so I plan to gather all the information we need before asking you to put yourself in harm's way. With that, I'd best get to work. Once I've formulated a proper plan of attack, we'll talk again. Till then, I suggest you continue to hone your casting skills. The battle that awaits us will not be an easy one. A voice from the void. There you are. Your timing couldn't be better. Luck would have it, a little bird told me that Vernisus subsided in the vicinity not long ago. Don't you worry, I have no intention of rushing in like a fool. My plan is to shadow the Sin Eater from afar, that we might observe the Hollows with our own eyes and formulate a suitable plan of attack. To that end, I procured this mannequin here from a merchant acquaintance of mine at the Crystarium. By setting it on Vernisus' trail, I mean to gauge just how wide of a berth we must keep from the fiend so as to not be sucked up into the void. Shed no tears for the little fellow, friend. His sacrifice will be the key to our success. Yet, as you can see, he's not quite in the best state of repair. Pray lend me a hand in procuring what we need to get him back on his feet. You're a lifesaver, friend. I spotted a nasty-looking sand-skinned Syllabi lurking about to the east of here, and I do believe one of their tendons should serve well to put some spring back in the little fellow's step. Send me one, and I'll see to the repairs. Physical ranged and magic ranged. For example, Ninja's physical melee mechanist is physical ranged. Okay. So basically, so they're not separated at all by by the triangle or whatever. Like, most tank classes will probably fall into physical melee, but there's also DPS classes that fit into that category. Or jobs. I get confused on when to use the word job versus when to use the word class. It's even simpler. Tank is its own category. So tank, healer, physical melee, physical ranged, and then magical ranged. Or does the word physical just imply DPS here? But no, I don't want to use a fucking... I want to use a 8th or 8 ticket for a distance that short. Magical ranged casters. Physical melee. Physical ranged. Magical ranged. Tank and healer. So there are 5 categories. Any luck finding the tendon? For my part, I have acquired something that should serve as a makeshift gear. Cuts me an arm and a leg, but hey, if it helps us claim the bounty in the end, it'll be more than worth it. Yes, I reckon this is durable and elastic enough to replace the mannequin's snapped drive belt. I'll fetch my toolbox and get started straight away. You see, I was confused because for some reason in my head I thought there were only 4, because I thought there were 4 guys at the bar to start these quests. In time, why don't you scout us out as a suitable lookout? Nisus was last sighted at just southeast of town. Try to find a spot on higher ground, out of sight from the main thoroughfare. I was trying to pigeonhole them all into, like, 4 categories. I kinda wish they'd stop, like, in every expansion creating more dry, desert, arid areas. Like, it's my least favorite type of biome in these games, and, like, there's one in every fucking expansion, I feel like. Stormblood had, like, 3 of them. Oh, it's cute. There, friend. As you can see, our clockwork friend is back in tip-top shape. Since it appears you found us the perfect lookout spot, why don't we get down to work? I'll kindle us a fire. We might be here a while. be. There's the bastard. Look closely and hold your gaze. You must witness the sheer horror with your own 2 eyes. So each of these guys correspond to one of Ardbert's former party members, right? We mustn't send out the mannequin too soon. If Bernice sees it, he may very well blast it to bits before it has a chance to investigate the hollows. This is the one that Urianger was disguising himself as at one point. There he goes. I'll send a mannequin in to trail him. I can enjoy the show. I don't remember what Urianger was doing during that whole scenario where he was disguising himself as one of Ardbert's party members. I remember being a little confused by that scenario. It's as I expected, gone without a trace. Shed no tears for our little friend. Through his sacrifice, we now know just how much distance we must keep from the hollows to avoid being sucked into the void. Now it's our turn. Let's edge a bit closer and see what we can observe. Mind you, take care not to wander too close, lest you fancy a vacation to a dark, shadowy abyss. It just spits you out like in a bar somewhere. It's shadowy. It's as if a shadowy whirlwind rages inside, ready to suck anything and everything into the void. Many horrors excite my day, but this should send a shiver up my spine. Let me out. It's so dark in here. Victorian child in the void. The pale-faced friend. You look as if you've seen a ghost. That's the voice from the void. Voice, you say, from inside the hollow. But that's impossible. Is anyone out there? Please help me. Help me get out of here. Are you alive? Is that the voice? Is someone out there? If you could hear me, please, you must help me. I can't see anything. No road, no trees. Not even an aether current to follow. Which way do I go? How do I get out of this place? Are you my mummy? Its voice. What God's name is it saying? The voice of a boy, you say. Ramsey's lost inside with no aether current to follow. Sounds like he's adrift in the flow, not unlike what would happen if an aetherite to one of us was destroyed mid-journey. Sentences. Wait a minute. There was some way you could channel your aether into the void. Might that not allow your etheric form to serve as a beacon of sorts to guide the child back to us? Of course, not that I know how we go about that. You reckon you could do just that? I wouldn't even think of asking how. Do your damnedest. I am become Lighthouse. Wicked White. I knew you were no ordinary sinner. Even you still find ways to surprise me. It's him, but like, is it Kid again? Reincarnated? Like in an Minfilia situation? Where am I? He's not Dutch anymore. Well, I'll be damned. There was a child inside. Tradition has left us with more questions than answers, eh? For now, this boy needs our care. Let us carry him back to Mursuk and find him a warm bed and some nourishment. Word Souk is where I did the curse cracking. Curse pracking. And bought the worms. Me trying to recall events like I'm 90 years old. Microplastics taking their toll. The boy's resting now. He's weak but not wounded, at least as far as I can tell. Needless to say, his presence raises questions. Are there others trapped on the other side of the hollows? As though they might be returned to our world alive? It's what you must ask when he awakes. Another subject. This might be an odd question, but have you ever looked after a child before? It's a matter of fact. Don't say. In that case, he's all yours. I'm misgesting, friend. I can't, well, tie you down here forever. Worry not, I'll manage somehow. I suppose the first order of the day should be to get some food in his belly. He does look terribly pale after all. He thinks I'll go hunting for some meat. No, perhaps I should take him to a physician first. After all, he may be suffering from some ailment inscrutable to the eye. Or maybe I should... Damn it all, I knew I wasn't cut out for this. I'll be happy to know the boy's awake and seems to be no worse for the wear. Physically speaking, at least. There's one rub, see. He has no recollection of where he came from, or just how he managed to get swallowed up into the void. In fact, other than his own name, Taynor, can't remember much of anything at all. Seems a good lad, mind you. Meets my half-arsed poking with a smile and nary a word of complaint. Yet I reckon he's hurting inside. Must reunite him with his parents at full due speed. I suggested that he go for a stroll around Wotsook and hope that sights might help to jog his memories. Ain't have wandered far, why don't you go check up on him? Taynor? 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 Not tell me. You're the one who rescued me from the flow, yes? I feel from the same warmth that reached out to me when I was adrift in the aether. You damned, the boy's a sharp one. That's not the least of it. Hare, who examined him, said they could feel great power welling up within him. At his young age, Taynor here seems to possess a remarkable command of the magical arts. Perhaps I do, and yet I cannot say. Try as I might, I can call nothing of who I am or where it came from. In the darkness. No need for apologies, boy. You did well just to make it back to us. Speaking of which, can you remember anything at all that you felt when you were adrift in the void? Can I remember? Well, at least I think I do. I recall a vague sensation of someone passing alongside me. Indeed, I believe this is what roused me from my slumber. If this truly are a gate between worlds, that would mean that someone recently traveled from ours to another. To ours. Possible. Is it? You'd be surprised. You know something I don't, friend? Worry not, I won't pry for details. Racking our brains over matters beyond our comprehension, let's concentrate on what we can do. Namely, finding the boy here at home. I've no doubt his memories will come back to him in due time. You'd do that for me? But the two of you have already saved my life. This won't burden you any further. It's no burden at all. Besides, if we can figure out just who you are and where you came from, it might lead us to the answers we seek. Let us consider our options. But is that you're an orphan, all alone in this world, with not a soul to care for, or look after you. And yet, this seems unlikely. Mystical powers you possess say otherwise. If you are truly as skilled in magic as they say, then it stands to reason that someone trained you in the art. Who this master of yours is, and whether you are of their blood, or simply received their tutelage, this I cannot say. Anyway, I'm sure they're worried sick about you. If that is truly so, I would very much like to meet this person too. Settles it. Let's get down to business. Took the liberty of inquiring where Mold-Suit and Crystarium. Fortunately, there's been no reports of missing persons matching Taylor's description, which means that we have no choice but to take our search elsewhere. I know of a merchant in town who travels, often take him far afield. Let's have a talk with him and see if he's heard any helpful rumors. Heavy merchant. Of a missing boy, you say? Funny that you ask. It's a long shot, but I reckon I overheard something the other day that might be of use. On the way to Mortsuk, stopped over at the inn at Journey's Head. There I met an ailing mage. As the Garrus told it, he'd been ambushed by a sin eater, separated from his child in the back. What the hell could it be? The sin eater that attacked the poor man's Phronesis, that could explain everything. This man you speak of, could he be my father? We must go to him at once. Agreed. Let's only hope the man is... There's no point in presuming the worst. Let's make for the inn and see what the cares there can tell us. Dialogue heavy. Oh there. Here's a mage in your care who's lost his boy. I do believe we have him right here. Oh, here there must be some mistake. The boy in question has already been found. This is him right here. He's looking good. What? So... it wasn't my father after all? The boy you were with, has he too been separated from his family? So we heard from a man here was looking for a son. We just hoped. Thus, it seems it wasn't meant to be. But there are people here, yes? Might I ask around to see if any of the others are my family? Of course, that many of the people here are quite ill, and in many cases in considerable pain. It is not a place for a young child to walk around unattended. Indeed, it's not. Guess that means either myself or Hugo here should accompany him. I'll go with him. The walk might help me take my mind off of things. Not a bad idea. The lad doesn't mind. I reckon Daner would rather be with someone of his own age. His mind off of things? Speaking of which, how is the boy's father holding? I fear the poor man has already departed on his journey. He is a man no longer. The child had insisted upon staying by his father's side until the last. I permitted this out of respect for him, though part of me regrets the choice. None so young should suffer such horrors. It was some small solace to learn that he had living relatives who reside at the Crystarium. In fact, I was just making preparations to escort him there myself. I see. I reckon we should also find someone to look after Taylor as well. Don't get me wrong, friend. I haven't given up on the prospect of finding the boy's family. But we have no other leads. The deadly Sin Eater, still on the loose. Tags along with us every step of the way, is far more likely to end up dead or worse than ever to reunite with his family. Here's what I propose. Someone to watch after Taylor for the time being, get back on the hunt, and gather whatever clues we can about his origins along the way. Very well, but we must see that he is safe. What was I saying? Let us have a talk with the proprietor of the Wandering Stairs. He's a kindly enough chap. He's damn near everyone in these parts. Any luck, he'll be able to direct us to a willing and able guardian. I don't like this any more than you do. But the best we can do for the boy given our circumstances. At any rate, let's find him and share the news. Don't worry, it's my decision and I intend to take responsibility for it. That kid looks like Huey from Metal Gear Solid for some reason. Yes, my friend. It seems the two young ones got in a quarrel of sorts, and Tanner's turned up and run away. Since the lad mentioned how he'd come out of the hollows, their boy put two and two together and figured he'd been attacked by a Sin Eater. Then I said my dad was attacked by a Sin Eater, and then he turned into one himself. So I asked, what if you turned into a Sin Eater too? And his face went all white. He kept saying, what do you mean? What do you mean? Take it anymore. Before I knew it, I was shouting at him, shut up, shut up! Bet you're turning into a Sin Eater already. Why did I say such a mean and nasty thing? Sit hard on yourself, lad. You've had a rough go of it these past few days. Nobody could blame either of you for feeling a bit on edge. We must hurry and find Tainer before he comes to harm. Let's split up. I'll search to the west, you take the east, and be careful out there. Scorpions. Step in first, I guess. Tainor? Are you okay, Tainor? The clamor of battle. You're the worst, but I see you have everything under control. Are you okay, lad? Forgive me, I don't deserve this kindness. I was so scared. I was worried what would become of me if I never recovered my memories. And then I started thinking, what if it ended up like that boy's father? What if it's already happening to me? That's one matter you needn't worry yourself with. The pair who examined you told me as much. You suffered no direct wounds, and you're in no more damage of turning into a Sin Eater than Vugo or me. So, it's good to hear, but I must apologize to that boy. I should have known better than to badger him about such things, especially after what happened to his father. Anything, Nat? He was saying the same thing about you. We both have good hearts, lad. You've been through a lot more than any man should. There's no need to be ashamed about your feelings. There is still so much I don't understand about this world. Why does no one here know of me? Am I doomed to be alone for the rest of my days? Why must it be this way? If only I could remember anything, anything. Sick of not knowing who I am, sick of being alone. Go. It's your turn, Taynor. Do not be disheartened by your last attempt. Even the greatest of mages have known failure. Your command of magic is equal to my own. If I can succeed, there is no reason why you can't. Your mind. Worry and focus. Thank you, Nilebert. I shall try my best. Nilebert? Albert, that sounds familiar. My bells are rung often, but I can never remember what's ringing the bells. Get quiet. You alright, Rugo? I remember now. I was standing here on these blighted plains, my head low in shame, and then Albert turned to me with a smile and heartening words. Now, Albert, why does the name sound so familiar? That's what I'm wondering. I reckon we have much to discuss, but not in this godforsaken place. Head back to the inn and see if we can't get to the bottom of this. I think not the wall. I thought it was. Yeah. Taynor, are you alright? I'm so sorry I shouldn't have said those nasty things. Forgive me for reacting as I did. I'm fine. In fact, I seem to have recovered some of my memories. Really? Wonderful. Maybe you shouldn't feel so scared and alone anymore. I'm leaving to go live in the Crystarium with my relatives. Promise me you'll come visit? I mean, after you get your memories back and all, of course. It's a promise. Till next time, my friend.
Bye.
I knew you two would work things out. Turn to Mortsuk. We have more than our share of questions that need answering. I saw it. First you fainted all of a sudden, then you came to. And a portion of Tainer's memories had returned? What in the world happened out there? Certain that what Ryuga described matches up with your recollection of the past. I don't know how to break this to you, lad, but friend Albert was with you that day. He's no ordinary boy. He's none other than the very man who became Phronesis, one of the god-stamped warriors of light. He was just a young child under your memories, that means what you saw took place over 100 years ago. Would that it were just a coincidence? Another boy with the same name, but judging from the formidable command of magic, we can assume it was him. On the way back, I managed to recall some more. Albert and myself. We were taken in by a group of mages, a consortium of sorts. They were searching for a means to open a hole to another world and were recruiting young children with high magical aptitude for the task. Albert and myself were the two they chose. Can't be serious, and yet that would explain the Synny's ability to summon those damned hollows. And if you possess the same knowledge and training as Albert did, it would also explain why you were able to survive in there all this time. What I don't understand is, haven't you aged at all? I can't say for sure, yet my memories are slowly coming back to me. In time I may be able to help you find a way to close the hollows. It'd be a lifesaver if you could, but don't overburden yourself. You're still recovering after all. In the meantime, don't worry. Hugo and I will see that you're safe. I thought Tainer was just a victim of the Sin Eater. I think he was actually friends with the man himself. Kill a man. Can't be simple coincidence. Yes, I'm convinced of it now. The child wants to keep defeating Phronesis. He wants to keep him safe and not let him out of our sights. Besides, look how hard he's trying to recover his memories. And it's so heartless as to kick the poor lad aside before he's got matters figured out. We can't very well rush things. You and I will continue to prepare for the battle ahead, while the rest of Tainer's memories come back to him. Is that alright with you, lad? I'm so sorry, I couldn't possibly burden you any further. I'm glad. I've only known you for a short while, but I can tell you have a good heart. A good head on your shoulders. I can only begin to imagine the horrors you faced, not to mention the fears and uncertainty you face even now. I want you to promise me this. No more apologies. No burden to us, at least. Valuable member of our band. As long as you're willing, I want you to help us. Isn't that right, Hugo? I see. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Hugo. I will aid your quest in whatever way I can. You like it? We're counting on you, lad. The Albert's Lament. news, friend? Inner here has told me that his memories are starting to come back to him. One recollection in particular he says he's here to discuss with us. The two of us. Tell us, lad, what is it? As time goes by, memories of my earlier days return to me piece by piece. Albert and I were born to members of a great consortium of mages. Last years, we were tutored in the magical arts by some of the realm's greatest scholars. The consortium's leaders sought to find a way to open a hole in time and space, a portal to other worlds from which they could summon forth beasts of great power. Albert and I were chosen to participate in the research. Summoning great beasts from beyond our world? You're a mage, Hugo. Is that even possible? Perhaps he speaks of void scent? Void scent? I'll take that answer as a yes. Mages come up with the damnedest ideas, eh? And yet, I don't understand. Why would they use two boys for such a dangerous experiment? Beasts our masters sought to summon reside in planes more distant than our own. Reaching across such a great distance requires a tremendous store of innate ethereal power. So our masters set about to breed the perfect mage. Marriages were arranged to wed the mightiest members of the consortium to one another, and to bring forth children of heretofore unheard of magical aptitude. Maybe they succeeded. We such Shadowbringers. And so you were born. Indeed. From memories before we could even speak, we were taught the complex incantations required to breach the boundaries between worlds. We practiced these spells day after day, night after night, for what seemed an eternity. At long last, we were deemed ready to attempt the summoning. Sadly, the experiment ended in failure. The pull from the rift was too strong to resist, and I was sucked into a hollow of my own creation. And I remained trapped, alone and adrift in that empty void. How Ryugo called me back to this world. Alas, over a century had passed since that fateful day. That's the one thing I don't understand. So many years have passed. Why is it that you've not aged even a whit? I cannot say for certain, but I remember the words of one of my teachers. The rift is not unlike a border between countless worlds, a plane that exists beyond time and space. It is true that if the rift exists outside of our concept of time, then it is all too possible that even seconds spent in the empty pocket could correspond to months, years, or even decades in our world. So you returned to us just as you were that day, while over a century has passed for the rest of us. Why didn't Albert save you? Shouldn't have been as simple as opening up another portal to the void where you were trapped? I fear that would be close to impossible. Opening the portal and reaching as far into the rift as we did required all our energies to be focused in unison. So in losing you, not only did Albert lose his friend, he lost his only chance at saving you. Talk about being dealt a rough hand. Fear not. I have good news to share as well. I do believe I managed to recall the incantations needed to summon and manipulate the hollows. Summoning beasts from beyond the rift is far beyond my powers, but I just might be able to seal up the hollows. Cornesis so enjoys summoning. What say you, friends? Shall I give it a try? That's magic to my ears. Let's not be too hasty after all. Last time we tried to use this magic, there were some complications, to say the least. Synmyn. Yes, we must take the necessary precautions before confronting Cornesis in earnest. Let us meet outside the village, where Taynor can test his magic, safe from harm. No. It's an interesting story, but the quests are a little dry. very much falls into this is a visual novel with the occasional combat to shake things up category. Albert's Lament. Proceed. Wicked White, you did it, lad. Sadly, I've not the strength to reach further beyond, nor keep the portal open for more than a few moments. No, we'll need further training before I can face... Oh, shit. Jesus, where in the hell did that bastard come from? Damn it all, I'm too close, I can feel it pulling me in. No, Nilebird, these are my friends, you mustn't hurt them. Spell. Or spell. This isn't good. The cave-ins completely sealed off the tunnel behind us. We've no recourse but to press on without our companions. You heard it. Could it be that guy? I suppose it falls to us to slay the beast and collect the bounty. Perhaps you and your band would care to take the lead. Spare me your japes. No intention of giving up your prize. Mind you, I have too made a promise to my companions. A promise I mean to keep. But splitting up was a bad idea. If Brandon and Renda Ray were here, the second-rate spellcaster would be no match for us. Now, Simba. Let's not forget who our true foe is here. We're certain if we slay this monstrosity, the cave-ins will cease. To the miners, the beast was first sighted on the day the tremors began, its very presence sucking the mountain dry of aether. We deserve to know these caves as well as we know our own bodies. Trust me, we dwarves know. And I suppose we'd best make short work of it before everything comes crashing down. Hey, where do you think you're going? Apologies. I took your ceaseless prattling as an invitation to proceed on my own. Make yourself clever, do you? You have uncommon confidence that you can fell the beast without aid. Answer me this, why is it you were so intent on claiming the bounty for your own? The bounty? Indeed. At any rate, unless you've mind to stand around until we all get crushed, it's best to be moving on, yes? Finally, something we can agree on. And so I have a proposal. Let's say we band together into our battle. The tremors grow stronger. No doubt a cave-in is imminent. Let us vanquish the enemy with our combined strength and quit this place before it becomes our tomb. After that, go my own way. can go your own way. Mac told me that. Relive Ardbert's initial adventure. It is both welcome, Albert. Let us make sure we're released and leave the place while we still can. Indeed. Ronkin Fire, Ronkin Blizzard, Ronkin Thunder, Ronkin Flare. Seems we're not the only one stuck in here today. I have a bad feeling about this. It leads deeper within. They should have asked for a map. Not that it would have made much use after all the dark caverns. Caverns are dark after all. Yada yada yada. Oh shit, heal me. Yeah, they got it. They saved me. But that's scripted. Could have managed to with struggle than expected. Chair. That's him, the one who drinks of the mind's aether. Put this oversized bull out to pasture. With me. My magics are yours for now. How is Ronkin Thunder? How are all these Ronkin spells so different? Oh shit. Ow. Ah, the bitch jumped. Ooh, it opened up again. That was... duty complete. Time to find ourselves a way out. Truth continue? Why? It didn't vanquish. Its aether returned to the mountain. You were wrong. No, it was not the creature itself that was causing the quakes. It's the crystal courses of nigh inconceivable power. Vast wellspring of aether accumulated over the ages. Yes, the beast was but a hungry creature, drawn here by the stone. And you had no interest in the bounty all along. Chapter too long. The sheer volume of aether in the houses now is so vast and overwhelming it threatens to bring the entire mountain down. How many years have I searched for it? The precious relic that could afford me the power needed to save my friend. You mean the stone? You mean to take the stone from this place? But then what would happen to the mountain? If the aether is not returned to the earth, it is but a matter of time until the mine collapses. And those who live at the foot of the mountain, countless lives would be lost. There's no time. What can we do? My friend. No. Taynor, forgive me. Pray forgive me. promise you this. As long as I walk this earth, I shall never. There's some good, like, eye-popping going on. The stone was yours to do as you pleased, and still you chose the fate of the many over that of your friend. In return for your sacrifice, I would make you an offer. Thus, let us join you in your search for a means to save your comrade. Not that adventure isn't an easy one, but I dare say you strike me as the sort who would enjoy it. Say you traveled around together in the strength that whatever unfortunate souls we encounter along the way. Who knows, before you know it, you might just stumble upon a way to rescue Taylor. I would very much like that. Forgive me, I have failed you today, but mark my words, for as long as I walk this land, I will not abandon hope. I will find a way to bring you back to us. But today I find myself in the company of new companions. For now I must lend them my strength, just as they lent me theirs. Hugo, are you alright? Worry not. Bernice's is long gone. I launched a few arrows in its direction while it was distracted by Taylor's bell and it just flew away. Anyhow, glad you're awakened on your feet again. Hurry back to North Soup before the bastard has a change of heart and comes back for us. Really gave us a scare back there, clutching your head in pain with a deadly sin eater in plain sight. Let me guess you had another one of your visions, didn't you? Take me. That's how long. Just goes to show that you in times of crisis, even the bitterest of rivals can turn fast friends. Let's see if I have this straight. Albert made it his life's mission to save Taylor here. Knowing that his own energies wouldn't suffice, he went in search for relics that would afford him the etheric power needed to reach beyond this world. Deep in the mines that day, he found it. Yet in the end, he decided to sacrifice the stone in his own cause to save the lives of the countless innocents who call the mountain home. So did he take the first step down the path of a hero, a warrior of light. But that's how he came back to this place. Why he still summons the hollows as he did so many years ago. There can be no doubting it, even now that he's become a sin eater, bereft of memory, reason, and any sense of his actions. The ghastly shell was once Nilebert, and it still haunts the wastelands, searching for a way to bring back his old friend. I knew him as a child, and the whole idea of sin eaters and warriors of light is also new to me. Even if the pieces come together, I could not truly believe that Nilebert and this Bernice were one and the same. Then our gazes first met, standing out there in the waste. In an instant, I knew without question, this was my friend who had been searching for me all these years. At last, I know what I must do. I must stop for Nisos that my dear friend may finally find peace. Together, we can do this. Thank you, my friends. At the battle, I was able to push Phronesis' hollow away from Sarek, if only a short distance. With more training, I'm certain I could close them up entirely. After all we've seen from you, there's no reason to doubt you. If you're game, so are we. Finally, some cause for hope, eh? Still, we must exercise caution. Last time the war worked his magic, our foe showed up faster than you can save Phronesis. While this might be simple coincidence, the likelihood is high that the casting of the spell summoned the Sin Eater to us. We'd best avoid casting any similar incantations until we prepare for the final confrontation. I want you to stay close for now. Devote yourself to your studies. Hone your skills to whatever degree you can, for the safety of the village. In the meantime, when we go now, we'll redouble our training efforts as well. Bye. What's up?
Got some juice.
Cool.
There's dragonfly riding King Flamingo.
Cool.
Yep. That's it.
Cool. I stop here. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I was planning to stop here before you came in. Don't worry. Bye.